somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And he's seen that in everyone that was here and that's here at Globe. He's seen you as a leader. And he already had seen you as a servant. You got to serve people to be a leader. You got to have the heart for people to be a leader. To serve people, you got to have the heart to serve people. You got to. Other than that, you won't be able to do it. Why? Because you'll get to the point that you're thinking that it's about me. It's about how I feel. And I deal with it, but I'm getting past it. And I'm saying that because me being a boss with my own business, you deal with people every day. And you get to the point sometimes it's like, I don't want to deal with this. You know, and my thing was, in a minute I'll say, you know what? I ain't got to put up with that. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I'll do it. But you can't help nobody if you figure that you can do everything. And I'm saying that because you've been spreading yourself too thin, trying to do everything. Then you'll get burnt out. Then you'll get tired. Then you end up quitting. But being a leader, you're going to be there, and you're going to delegate some things to people, and you're going to be there for them to help them to get to the next level. You know, this is the point on being a leader and serving. You know, every one of us is a leader. But what are you leading? Where are you leading? You know, we talking about spiritual leading. We talking about getting somewhere in life. We ain't talking about you just doing what you want to do. That's not leadership, because if you're doing that, you're selfish. Really, because you're concerned about yourself. So we talking about getting it to the point that you're doing what God has called you to do. To be that leader. To help people get to where you got to be. Think about it. What is God's most objective? What's his main purpose? It's people. Now, if you saying you in this because you love God and you want to serve God, I think you got to serve people. Because this is his main goal. This is his main purpose. It's for his children. And we gotta get under the right guidance. We gotta get under the right information. And we gotta, you know, our hearts gotta be right. Our hearts gotta be right, and we gotta have the right mind, because you can get to a point that you thinking that it's all about you, and you doing stuff on your own objective, and I'm doing this here because I love God, and I can do it, you know, I don't really have to deal with people. And it goes back to the same thing. If you're doing this for God, you got to deal with people. And I was the type of person that didn't want to deal with nobody. I didn't. You know, and sometimes I still feel like that, but it's not about me. Because if it was about me, I wouldn't even be here. I'm being honest. Because I can find a million things I can do by myself. Might not do me no good, but I can find things that I can do. You know, it might cause me to be in a whole world of trouble, but I can do it. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the heart to serve and have the heart to be a leader, you gotta get the information that God has set for you. Other than that, you'll just be a wanderer, thinking that you're doing, and it goes to the point, because you get to the point that you start looking at people and what they're achieving out there in the world, and you figuring that they're doing better than you. As a leader, you gotta know how to deal with what God has set you, you know, where he set you at, and not trying to, I got to get this here. They got it, why I can't get it? You know what I'm saying? But you got to take your time, listen to God, hear God on what you're doing or what direction he has set you into, instead of, you know, getting caught up in the fame and the fortune, and I got to do that. I need this here. I want this. You know, and a good example, he gave me this here. Us giving that car to Miss Pearl. And it wasn't the point that we actually gave it. If you sit back and you think about it, he knew her heart. And he set it up with her faith to make this happen, because this was a week before, I got it a week before I actually knew who I was giving it to. But I'm just saying how serving and having a heart to want to be a leader, how God set things up. And I was talking to her Tuesday, when we went to do the paperwork, and she was like, I was just talking to my sister, and I was telling her I want to do more in the ministry, but I didn't have no way to do it, and I, didn't want to be waiting on people to come and give me a ride, and God knew her heart way before, and he set it up for her. So I'm saying that to let you see about being a leader and about serving. God will always make a way and always do what he, for you, and make a way for you to get where you need to get to. So we are talking tonight about being a leader that serves. Amen.
So being a leader that serves, in serving, you have to have empathy. So if you don't have empathy, so you ask, what is empathy? Empathy is understanding what someone else is going through and being able to put yourself in their place. To be able to understand that the consequences of how they are understanding things, or what they're going through in life. You can't look at a person and tell what's going on inside of them. If you don't spend some time with them, you'll never know. So in order, people don't care what you know. They want to know how much you care. So if you're not caring for them, you're not leading them. There's no way you can lead them if you don't care how much, of their life it is. So we'll mention leadership. So I'm going to talk about serving. Serving is to act in a peculiar capacity to do a good deed, a term of duty, or tour of duty. That's the military. To meet requirements or other people's needs. So I mentioned the military right now. So in the military, they teach you to serve. Right off the bat, they're gonna show you how to serve. Their philosophy is, I'm going to take away your attitude or whatever philosophy you have in life. That's not the philosophy that we're going to deal with. We're going to teach you how to understand what other people are going through. We're going to teach you how to get down in the trenches and to be a leader and to follow. But you can't lead if you can't follow. There's no way you can lead if you can't follow. So they are going to teach you how to follow. And in that following, you're going to learn how to lead. Amen? So all through life, Jesus said a bold statement. He said, just like Will said, I came not to serve. I came not to be served, but I came to serve. Can you imagine someone saying that to you, that they came not to be served, but to serve you? And if you don't watch yourself, you get the wrong attitude behind what he's saying. He's saying if you don't, you think that, well, if he's going to serve me, I'm going to get all I can out of him. Everything, I'm going to try and take advantage of this situation. It's all of me and none of you. Big I's and little U's. Sometimes we deal with that. But there's no way that we can do that if we want a leadership to serve.
He was speaking about the military and how he said they take away all your philosophy. They take away how you thought, how you've been raised up into thinking, everything you've been taught. And it kind of reminds me of Romans 12:2, when he said, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, your mindset plays a part in how you're going to serve somebody. See, when you serving people, you recognize it's not about me, it's about the other person. So I'm going to take you somewhere. I want you to go somewhere with me. I want you to go to 1 Peter chapter 5. And we're going to read it from the NIV since he got that one up there. And I love it. We're going to start at verse 2. Verse 2. See, because you can't serve if you don't know what love is. You can't serve if you don't know what love is. You can, but guess what? It won't be serving. Because guess what? Serving is not about you. So how you going to serve if you're not in love? Love says, I am not self-seeking. I'm not boastful. I'm not puffed up. There are so many times that people want to be served, but I'm not serving nobody. So 1 Peter says this, chapter 5, verse 2. It says, be shepherds of God's flock that is under your care. I don't like the word care because that has something to do with fear word. But that's the NIV. Watching over them. Not because you must. Now, I want you to listen at this next part. Not because you must. Not because you've been forced to. Not because somebody making you do this. But because of this. But because you are willing, as God wants you to be. Not pursuing dishonest gain, but eager to serve. Every opportunity is around you to serve. Every opportunity, you're going to say, hey, I want to serve this person, but I want to be a leader. You can't be a leader if you don't serve. Well, leadership is titles, but those titles going to bring that value up as you move up the ladder of leadership. As you move up the ladder of leadership, because there is titles more important than this, but there, guess what? It all starts with serving where you at right there. Serve where you at right there. Well, I don't want to do that. I want to be preaching. Well, I don't want to do that. I think I should be doing this. Well, I don't want. I should have a business, not them having a business. I should have that promotion, not them. That could be the reason why you don't have it. That could be the reason why you don't have it. Not you. I'm just telling you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying. Anytime, remember, love exposes hate. Love exposes hate. So when hate step on the scene and you hear somebody saying stuff like, you get blessed and like, man, I wish that would have been me. Dang, I wish that was me. It's a difference in getting inspired and saying, man, you got blessed, I know I'm next. Versus, you got blessed, man, behind his back. Man, I don't know why he got that. That should have been me doing that. Man, God dog it. He ain't do nothing. He don't do nothing. All he do is just, every time I see him, he ain't never doing nothing. But you don't see what he doing while you sleep. You don't see what he doing while you feeling with your toenails. You don't see what he doing while you patting on the booty. He done discipline his flesh and say, I ain't doing that. I'm going to subject myself unto the word, and I'm going to do exactly what I know my daddy told me to do, and that's serve. So pull back to me. You know, I'm learning and I'm changing. I was telling PC, I just want to change. I want to be different. Not that I'm bad, but it's levels you can go to. If you don't keep a heart and a hunger to keep learning and growing, then guess what? You're going to stay stagnant. You're not going to keep developing. The way you grow is to be around people that can help you grow. See, I just want to learn. I just want to learn. When I came in, I told Pastor Didi, I said, I want to be on the marketing team. Can I be on the front line? Can I be on intercessory? Can I be on the jail team? Can I be on any team? Can I just be on every team? I take 5 minutes to be on those teams. Just give me 5 minutes. And then I go jump to another team. And Pastor Didi said, you got to stick with one team. But guess what? It went from that one team to we're going to move you over here to this team. Because why? I want to learn. And why? Everything was revolved around, I just want to serve. I just want to see where is the problem, or where can I be used at? Where area can I be used at? PC said something. He said, you can't use me up. Some people would be so in fear of rejection. Rejection. I don't want to serve because they might reject me, or they might think I'm lower, or they might think I got a problem, or they might think something different about me. I ain't going to serve him. I'm going to serve her. I'm a man. I don't serve no woman. Oh, that one. I ain't open the door for no woman. She should open the door for me. Oh, really? Oh, well, you're going to be with yourself by yourself till you're 90 years old. See, if you can't serve, if you got a problem, then it's going to be a problem later on, right now, and then later on in life. Get the problem fixed. Don't lie to yourself. Pastor Charles talk about it all the time. Stop lying to yourself. I pull back. I say, man, do I have a problem with this? Do I have a problem with that person? Let me pull back and see, why is it that this? He say, because this right here. Get it right. Get that right there. See that person. Get your perspective, because everything is based on your perspective. It might not even be what you think it is, but your perspective is so jacked up. Something been whispering in your ear. They ain't worth it. You don't need to serve them. Demons used to try to use people when I would be serving and I'd be doing things. What the heck you going around getting a Coke at 2 o'clock in the morning for? People got the nerve to call me. Say, get the hell off my phone. What you talking? You can't believe you talk like that. Well, if I don't talk like that, guess what? Them demons will keep whispering. Some people like to listen to demons whispering. I don't even know why you even go there on Wednesday. You could just watch it from the house. See, it's called pillow talk. Who you pillow talking with? Because that pillow talk that you doing will stop you from serving. I'm talking to people that's listening. See, in love, see, 1 John says this. He say, now I knoweth love. How do I know it's love? Because I have what he has, and I know his love for me. His love for me makes me demonstrate, or causes me to demonstrate my love towards somebody else, even if they can't do nothing back for me. Why? Because I see them as an investment. People is your biggest investment, not money, not buildings, not cars, not houses. People are your biggest investment. You invest in people all the time. There is never a loss. There is never a loss. The world not going to tell you. The world going to say, I wouldn't invest in that guy. All he do is do drugs. I would never invest in him. You know, he been on drugs for the last 20 years. And guess what? That's what God's saying. I want you to invest in him. I want you to pour everything that's inside of you in him. I want you to be consistent with him. I want you to speak something over him. And then guess what? 5 years later, his life began to change. And then guess what? A year later, now guess what? He got businesses all over the place. And then guess what? He's now married with kids. And guess what? Now he's serving in the ministry. And guess what? Now he's doing things that people said he'll never do. I was one of them. They said I ain't never be nothing. You ain't gonna never do it. All you do is pop pills. All you do is run around. All you do is drink. All you do is rap on stages and cuss. And tote guns and shoot guns. Thank God somebody saw something in me, but I ain't even see it myself. See, the biggest part about this is this. Don't forget where you came from to serve. That's what keeps people from serving. They serve, and they continue to serve, and they continue to serve, and as it begin to bless them and increase, the serving begin to stop. The serving begin to stop. I'm good now. And then you forget about, hold up, I used to be on crack for 30 years. I used to do this for 20 years. But now that guy's there on crack, and I can't believe he keep going and he keep doing this. But go back and pull back and say, Jesus loved you the same exact way, even in your mess. He pulled you out and said, look, I'm going to keep pouring in you. You're loved. You're loved. You will never fail. You will never fail. Keep going. Let's go. Let's keep pushing. Keep going. Hey, you can't go over there and put that phone down. Let's go. Come on. You can't be on the internet right now. You don't need to be with no internet. You don't need to be doing that. You need to be focused on my word. 2 o'clock in the morning, put the phone down, put the videos up, leave the internet alone. Let's go. Put the blunt away. Don't get in that car. Don't get in that car. Don't do that. And he'll tell you certain things. Get away from them guys. Well, they're my homeboys. Get away from them guys. That ain't the people I'm talking about serving. I'm talking about serving your church family. Well, these my homeboys. These the dudes I grew up with. I'm talking about serving your church family. Well, I don't like them. They ain't never there. Oh, they there. Oh, I got you. Oh, I got you. Them guys that supplying that dope there. Them jokers don't care about you. Your church family there time and time and time and time and time. But you like, nah, forget that. I'm going to run over here. Jesus told him this, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still here. Well, you don't know what I done did. I don't care. My grace is sufficient. I'm still here. You just like me. I'm still here. You made of what I'm made of. I'm still here. You keep serving. Don't stop serving. Where it's hard right now, you don't know what I'm going through. You keep serving. I love it, man, about Judas. I mean, about John, when he got his head cut off. I love it. Every time I think of that, I think that really ministers to me. Because it made me one time, when something happened, it made me realize it ain't about you. You never let the devil see you sweat. You never let the enemy see you sweat. You always keep your focus on people. Well, you don't know I'm just dealing with this. He wants you to pray for people. Well, you don't know I'm dealing with this financial. He wants you to give more money to people. He wants you to be there for people, y'all. This is what we're here for. And this is what we're going to continue to do until Jesus come back. We're going to continue to serve people like we never did before. They're going to know us by our serving. They're going to know us by our serving. You in the store, you serve. If you at your job, you serve. More than anything, if you in this building, you serve. I want you to look to the person on the side of you. Say, I'm here to serve you. Look to the other side. Say, I'm here to serve you. All right, guys, this is what I want y'all to really do. I want y'all to meditate on what love is. 1 Corinthians 13. Because if you meditate on love, it'll always keep you seeing right and serving. If you meditate on love, it will always keep you. You can't go wrong. Well, you don't know what so-and-so said. If you meditate on love, I'm not concerned about what so-and-so said. I'm focused on seeing the best in them so I can serve them. You're just like your dad. Just like your daddy. Everybody in the place, stand to your feet.